Our battle is not against things of this world. It's not about certain types of people, certain types of agenda, certain types of political parties or ideologies. It has nothing to do with what we can sense all around us. The battle is only fought in the heavenly realms. It's fought against darkness. It's fought against sin. It's fought against Satan. And it's so hard sometimes to distinguish the two. It's so easy to fight against things that we can sense, things that we can actually touch and hear and respond to. But this is why I chose this passage as a counterbalance, really, to the story of Jericho. See, the story of Jericho, the conquest of the Promised Land, was for a certain people in a certain time for a certain purpose. And no longer are we trying to set up a Christian kingdom on this earth. As a local church, we are an outpost of God's kingdom God is using to defeat the darkness in the heavenly realms, not to fight against people or agendas or anything like that. And see, we need strength because we cannot fight this battle on our own. We cannot defeat the darkness on our own. It's impossible. God alone has defeated the darkness. However, he has put us here as his outpost in order to defeat the darkness. So how does this happen? Well, it happens, as Paul says in the very first sentence of today's passage, is that we stand in the strength of the Lord. We are to strengthen ourselves in the strength of the Lord. Now, this is really an ethereal thought, right? Like we strengthen, it's not a feeling. It's not anything like that. And look, when I look out and things that I see, who I know that I am, the stuff that I know that I am, the weakness that is actually inside of me, man, it's hard to take courage. But when I look inward, it is impossible to take courage because I know that I cannot defeat the darkness on my own. See, God has given us certain implements of war. And these are the only things that we need to take into battle. We don't need to take strategy into battle. We do not need to take increased finances into battle. We do not need to take a bigger and better church into battle. See, nothing is wrong with those things, but none of those will defeat the darkness. And this is a complete mindset shift. It's a complete mindset shift from what we've been taught and what we've been told, and actually what is quite natural inside of us. The only things that we need to go into battle with is the armor that he gives us: truth, righteousness, gospel, faith, salvation, his word, and most importantly, prayer. What does it look like to go into battle with only those implements of war? What does it look like to fight with those things? I know a lot has been made about the metaphors, the specific metaphors, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to think about only those specific implements of war: truth, righteousness, gospel, faith, salvation, his word, and prayer. What does it look like to do battle in the heavenly realms with those things daily? That is how we defeat the darkness. That is how we defeat the darkness in our own life. That is how we push back the darkness in other people's lives around us. And as Paul said, pray for me as I open my mouth to share the gospel. Share how Jesus has defeated sin. Jesus has defeated everything around us that we cannot defeat, to bring more people into his kingdom. How can you, how can I, how can we as a local church defeat the darkness around us with only the implements that he has given us?